Class 4, Recession-Proof, Avoiding the Discount and Sales Strategy. Module 1.1, Determining Your Ideal Customer and the 5 Types of Customers. I am Kelly Richardson, the president and founder of Vinone Public Relations, and this course, Avoiding the Discount and Recession-Proofing Your Business, is part of the Montana Women's Business Recovery Series produced by Accelerate Montana. I have over 10 years of experience leading business communication and marketing campaigns, as well as 15 years of experience as a female business owner. Prior to founding Vinone, I owned a manufacturing company in the professional spa industry and a chain of salons where I learned firsthand how important adopting clear business communications practices is and how communication and marketing work cohesively to elevate brands. I'm a member of the Montana chapter of the Public Relations Society of America. Before you can charge ahead in your business, you need to understand your ideal customer. Let's take a car salesman, for example. In simple terms, his ideal client is anyone that is interested in buying a car. That's a pretty broad customer base. What if this salesman focused on top-of-the-line luxury vehicles? The college student that is looking for a beater is not his ideal customer. He's going to focus on high-income professionals that want a car that is a status symbol. Your ideal client is someone that wants your product or service, but also is defined as someone who best fits your target for who you want to target for your promotion. When defining your ideal customer, it's important that you know your product or service. You need to have a solid understanding of your business. That doesn't just mean knowing the ins and outs of your financials or being able to recite your website copy in your sleep. Instead, you need a deep knowledge of your business from your customer's point of view. So get out a notepad and pen and jot down exactly what you offer to your customers. What problems do you solve for them, or what challenges do you address? Why should people buy from you instead of your competition, and what sets you apart? Who benefits the most from your product or service? And when it comes to this question, you need to be honest with yourself. It's not enough to determine who you want to benefit most. You need to identify who is actually finding value in your offerings right now. So once you've looked at your business through your customer's eyes and identified who is currently buying from you, it's time to determine what your goals are. Are you happy with this current type of customer? And more importantly, are they happy with you? Or do you feel that you're not appropriately targeting the people who would value your business the most? For example, you've been working with a lot of startup founders, but what would it be like to form a partnership with more enterprise-level companies? As mentioned, your current clients or customers may not be your ideal ones. Maybe you've noticed that your customer retention rate is really low. People are buying once, but not returning. Perhaps you've been on the receiving end of a lot of customer complaints, or maybe you just want to shift your focus, change your business model, and reach a totally different audience. This is the time to outline your goals. Determine what specifically you want to achieve will help you alter your strategies when it comes to your customers. Just think, if our car salesman set a goal of reaching 10 million in sales this year, he's probably going to stay far, far away from those broke college kids. Or better yet, he could bring on an assistant to help him work with those college kids, turn them into loyal customers, so that in 10 or 15 years, they buy a luxury car from him. Your past interactions with your customers can reveal a lot, both good and bad. Combing through any major mistakes and successes with previous or existing customers will definitely help you in narrowing your focus. First, look back on any huge flubs that made your stomach turn. Did those incidents have anything in common? Perhaps they have all resulted from miscommunications with clients in totally opposite time zones from you. That means you may want to stick closer to home and only work with people in easier to manage time zones in the future. Also, take some time to go through any big wins. Whether it's reading through your customer testimonials or paging through old emails to find those major accomplishments, you should also try to identify any common threads here. Maybe those customers all had the same problem you were able to address with your product or service, and perhaps they were all in the same exact industry. Sort through your past interactions and pull out what you can. That information will all be incredibly valuable in the next step. So you've done your research, you've put in the legwork, and you're ready to outline everything that makes your customer tick. This is where you'll build your customer profile, which shares all of that need-to-know information about who exactly you're trying to target. This process involves answering some important questions that cover everything from basic demographics to what influences their buying decisions. Find out as much as you possibly can about your particular customer. The more you know, the more powerful you'll be. If you really want to get inside your buyers' heads, customer interviews are an effective tool. Pick a few of your current customers and set up a time to chat. Ask the right questions and you'll learn what they love about you and what they don't like about you. I know, ouch. As well as what inspired them to choose you over your competitors. That information straight from the horse's mouth is invaluable. Come back to your work. So you pulled together a detailed profile of your ideal customer and you made sure everyone on your team was on the same page. Now what? Unfortunately, many businesses make the mistake of putting all of the time and research in and then just letting that information sit there unused. If your goal is to target those specific customers in order to continue improving your business, you will always need to keep the information that you gathered at the top of your mind. It should influence every move and decision that you make. New customers. Newcomers are always going to have a few questions about how things work, but they might not know how to ask. If they're in your help center already, they clearly like something about your product and they probably aren't looking for you to upsell them. New customers' needs most likely involve looking for guidance through an issue that your customer service team might find simple. However, just because these clients aren't always the most challenging, it's important to serve them to the best of your ability. If their first customer experience with your support is good, or your sales team that's on the floor, or your receptionist, there is great opportunity to create brand loyalty and hopefully turn them into repeat customers. Retained customers are easier to convert than first-time buyers. You'll hear me say that a lot throughout this class because they already have a foundation of trust with the company that they bought from before. That's why patiently guiding new customers through their problems will set your company up for success by showing them from the start that your business is one that cares about the people that they serve. Rotating who deals with new customers can also give your team a break from more complicated work and remind them that it's not always getting bogged down in the details. New customers need guidance for simple issues, help onboarding, and a good first impression. Your impulse customers. The impulse customer is quick to buy when something catches their eye, but they aren't always the best at reading the fine print. So in situations where these type of customers get a product that isn't exactly what they thought it was, they might be impulsive in calling customer support as well, or calling your receptionist or sending an email. The impulse customer does sometimes have legitimate concerns, so initially they should be approached as you would any other customer. If it's clear that they called your team or asked for help a little bit prematurely, like they didn't do step 2 and 3 and they're looking for step 4 in putting together something, then it's time to redirect them to look back at the instructions that they have or how to use something. Impulse customers usually need help with product issues and empathy over making the sale. The other type of customer is an angry customer. Angry customers sometimes have a bad day. They've encountered terrible customer service. It's just not a good fit at that moment, but they might be a good customer later on. Then you have your insistent customer, which they do quite a bit of research before they make any sale. And lastly, you have the customer that we all want, which is your loyal customer. And this should be your favorite type of customer. But they're going to be expecting a higher standard of service. If they've been a part of your customer base for years, they are the joy of your team. Everybody knows that they're going to make money when they walk in the door. So since they have a strong preference for your company, loyal customers can be a way to foster organic marketing if you can get them to share their stories on social media or with their friends. We talk about that later on in this course. Loyal customers require that their experiences are always positive. So it helps to be proactive when you have loyal customers and they need exceptional support, proactive service, and a personalized experience from you.